Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for choosing to watch my video, and if you would subscribe it, like it, all that stuff, that'd be great. Otherwise, enjoy the video, and I hope it gives you the information you need and is helpful to you. Take care. 2015 Ford Festiva going to replace the cooling fan assembly. It's making a lot of noise and rattling. The blade is unbalanced or something, so we'll be taking that out. So we need to disconnect the wiring harness from it. We got these wiring harness pieces here. Get rid of that. This is a transmission vent. If you have one of these, we need to get this off. It just pulls off. Looks like a friction fit. Lay it to the side nicely. We'll pull those wiring harnesses out. And we'll go below. They want us to remove a motor too. Does this have a motor down there? Oh, there it is. So we gotta go down there. There's a little coolant motor of some kind down there for the turbo. So we're gonna go up above, go below, and remove some stuff. Oh yeah, also remove the air cleaner assembly. That's what we're gonna do. So screwdriver, or maybe a millimeter. We can maybe disconnect it. Even take her, and we'll get the substantial friction fit pins here. Use a screwdriver to lift it over this lip here. We'll probably knock this out of here. Remove this clamp here. Slide it back. We'll lose a little coolant. Much more access to our connectors and to the wiring here. We need to disconnect. Just kind of work it out like that. So we'll just work on pulling all that out, disconnecting the power down there, and we'll go down and disconnect one wire for a motor or for a coolant pump. The power connector, this red tab needs to be slid back. It's in the back position now, and then you push on that tab in there to release it. And this, how does this have? No sliding thing, it's maybe gone. Push on that as well, right there. So they're released, almost ready. Now we'll go below. You can see that things are a little easier to get to from below. Pretty nice. What's going on here? Something got so close. Back up a little bit, sorry. Backing up. Easier to get to things now here. We just need to take out this one probably 7mm bolt so we can disconnect this little baby water pump that feeds water to the turbo, I believe. We'll just push it off to the side. Then we got our cooling fan blade here. Sticks in, or not the cooling fan blade, but you know what holds it in place. One in each spot right there. Alright, so we're going to zip that bolt out, one bolt, and then we'll go back up on top and see about getting this baby out. Two little fingers fit in a groove in the fan assembly. So that is disconnected, and up we go. So it's great, it's not scary at all. They want us to lift up on tabs here. It's attached to the radiator, and it's supposed to slide out. That one's already slid out there, so that one's supposed to slide out. Lift up on the tab, it says, and it should slide out. There we go. It did. Yay! Probably seems to be an awfully tight fit on the AC they don't say anything about. They don't say anything about the radiator hose, although the picture shows no radiator hose. So as I mentioned, we might take that out of the way. And we might be able to just massage this off to the front a little bit. So that's what we're doing. And yeah. Oh, bracket they don't talk about, I don't think. Right here's a bracket. Punks. Alright, re-examining the whole situation here. Alright, so the bracket I talked about, there's a 10mm bolt in through here, so I'm just going to use my, or 8mm, so I'm just using my 1/4" ratchet and 8mm, take that bolt out, and maybe just that bracket will just go this way, giving me the clearance. So we'll see about that. And then we'll maybe take the radiator hose off as well. Just the pliers, squeeze it. Pliers, squeeze it, and pull it off. Pitching coolant in a bucket down below. Put that bracket maybe out of the way enough. Tight fit, but it is out. So there you go. Reverse procedure to install. Drop it down. Make sure you're getting the tangs in the bottom down there. And you can maybe, this dumb bracket here, you can actually maybe just unbolt it on the bottom too and just get it out of your way. Your call. Just kind of be careful with the radiator if you can, not to be making too many gouges in it. Looks like it's pretty clean to me. There you go. If there's anything else, it'll be continued in this video about tips. Need to top off the coolant. Has a minimum and maximum line, so I'd fill it up to the maximum line, run it for about 15 minutes or go for a test drive, and then 7 or 10 miles, get it up to operating temperature, and let it cool down and verify your fluid level over here. After it's cooled off for a couple hours, you should be good to go then. Nice 50-50 mix of coolant, whatever came out. Good luck to you. Alright, so I did end up taking this bracket out of here. It goes down there like this. Bottom, top. I'm assuming, hoping I can get it back in. Gonna have to get some force to push this down into place to lock it in those bottom slots. I did have it up in the air so I could look and make sure everything was lined up. So it seems to be lined up. Now we can hopefully just snap it into place here somehow. Ugh. Stupid thing. This is like a separate slot here. I think it needs to slide in like 2 different places here to be beautiful. Maybe it's down too far now. Lift up a little bit and there we go. There we go, okay. Locked into place. Focus. Alright, locked into place. We'll see about dropping that bracket back down so we can get it bolted in. Alright, seems to be working. Oh, yeah, it went in really good all the way down. So we'll bolt that bracket back in, like I said. Fill up the coolant. So, a little tricky, a little maneuvering. I think that bracket needs to be out so you can tilt the radiator cooling fan far enough this way to slide it in at an angle to get it in those holes in the bottom. That's my belief anyway. Still had to push it down a little bit to snap it into place. So a little worrisome when you're dealing with plastic. Sorry about the focus. Focus, there we go. It's a little worrisome when you're dealing with plastic about having things snap together, but get snapped together. Reverse procedure to install. Make sure you plug in your cooling fan items. And again, I'll make any other notes along the way here. You'll see pretty noticeable grooves where your clamp was. Try and put the clamp in the exact same spot. Sometimes when these spring clamps are off, they will leak a little bit. So make sure you, the best of your ability, get it back on those notches, slots, indentations where it was before. So when you see the red tabs, they're similar, not the same. There's one on the cooling fan, but this is in the lock position, and the other one will be pushed in. You need to pull it out with a screwdriver or your finger. Usually the other one, like on the cooling fan, is not as easy as this one. But again, locked, unlocked. So you need to slide the one on the cooling fan out and then push in the middle and it'll release. So that's back together. Ooh. We'll see back together. We'll snap that in place. Ooh. And tighten up our clamp, fill with coolant. I had to slide this back a little bit too to get that hose clamp off, so that was kind of a pain, but we could probably leave it there. That's pretty darn close. It's in its spot there. We're good. Alright, we'll add some looks like orange Ford coolant to top it off. Cooling fan replacement, cooling fan assembly replacement, 2015 Ford Festiva, maybe other makes and models as well.